France announced the transfer of hundreds of armored vehicles to Ukraine as part of military aid. All equipment is removed from the French army. This applies, in particular, to VAB-wheeled armored personnel carriers, which are gradually being replaced by new French-made armored vehicles. The VAB armored personnel carrier is already being used by the Ukrainian armed forces on the battlefield against the Russian invaders. At the end of the 60s of the last century, the French army began searching for a wheeled floating armored personnel carrier. Two national manufacturers, Savium, later Renault Trucks Defense, now Arquus, and Berliet, responded to this challenge with their VB and VXB-170 armored personnel carrier prototypes, respectively. After the tests, the French troops chose the variant of the VB armored personnel carrier, the abbreviation of which translates as Armored Vehicle of the Front Edge. The armored personnel carrier was developed in two versions, with a wheel formula of 4x4 and 6x6, while both versions had the same layout and dimensions. They also had common power plants, control mechanisms, braking system, and other components and systems. The armored personnel carrier had a welded body made of armored steel sheets, which provided protection against small arms fire and projectile fragments. In the front part of the VB machine, there is a control compartment. To the left is the seat of the mechanic driver. To the right is the seat of the commander. The motor transmission unit is located behind the control compartment, which houses a 6-cylinder diesel engine with a capacity of 320 horsepower. With a hydromechanical transmission that has 5 forward and 1 reverse gears. This department is equipped with a separate fire extinguishing system. The suspension of the armored personnel carrier is independent, with hydraulic shock absorbers. The maximum speed on the highway is 110 kilometers per hour. The range is 1,000 kilometers. The weight of the basic version is 13 tons. In later versions, the weight of an empty machine increased to 13.8 tons with the ability to transport troops and equipment weighing up to 2 tons. The length of the armored personnel carrier is 5.98 meters, the width is 2.49 meters, the height is 2.06 meters. The armored personnel carrier can be equipped with a filter ventilation unit, a heating system, and a system of protection against weapons of mass destruction, as well as additional hinged armor. Typically, an armored personnel carrier is armed with a 7.62 mm or 12.7 mm machine gun, which is mounted on a turret or remote-controlled module in the front of the hull to the right above the commander's seat. Exported variants may have other armaments, such as a turret with 20 mm or 25 mm autocannons or VB hot anti-tank missile systems. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel.